Um, okay, so we're recording. And so welcome to New Stylist Training with Team Black Opals. I'm so excited you guys are here. And Blaine and Miranda, you guys are both like new. So introduce yourself, tell us where you are, where you're from, and what made you jump into Still and Dot.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
I'm Miranda. I live in Austin, Texas, and I just went to literally my first ever Still and Dot party that Callie was hosting over at my sister-in-law's place in Katy a few weeks ago. And just kind of walked into the party I'm going to have to buy a lot of these things. And then started thinking, there's way too many things for me to buy here. I just need to figure out how I can do this and maybe get literally the first thing in my head obviously is I'm going to need a discount because there's too much stuff that I want. Then I'm like, Callie, what's the scoop? Just kind of fill me in here. What do you think? And she was like, oh, girl, this is perfect. So I just decided that night that I needed to do this because I needed to up my jewelry game. So here I am.
Literally,
I own a salon. I'm a hairstylist here in Austin. So I kind of was thinking it's just a nice thing for me to bring into the salon to have for my clients. But really, it was more selfish than that.
Awesome. And you have two boys.
I do. I have two little boys. Mac is 18 months old and Ace is 5. And I have a 21-year-old stepson. So we got a lot going on over here.
Big gap.
Yeah.
A very big gap. But it's great because he's 21 now, so when he comes over, he can stop at the store and bring wine.
Priorities.
That is
Yeah.
Things to look forward to, ladies. Things to
It's
look forward
perfect.
to. Okay, Blaine, introduce yourself.
I'm Blaine. I live just north of College Station, kind of a small town called Franklin. I have 2 kiddos. I have a 4-year-old little girl and an 18-month-old little boy. My husband and I run a video productions company for the cattle industry. We go to big ranches. Well, I don't anymore. He goes to big ranches and films their cattle for big production sales. We put them online. We work in partnership with an online auction company, offer all of those services. So basically he's never here. Before we had kids, I used to travel with him all the time, and now I don't want to be a crazy person, so we don't do that. So the reason I got in is kind of the same as you, Miranda. I found a lot of things that I really wanted. I had bought a few things here and there from Still and Dot, and I love all of my stuff. Have worn it forever, wear most of it every day. And so when I started finding clothes and stuff like that I wanted, I finally just messaged Jenny and I was like, I have $350 worth of stuff in my cart right now that I just feel like there's got to be a better way to do this.
There's got to be.
So she was like, there is, let me show you.
Let me help you with this.
Yeah. And so, so I'm the stay-at-home mom, have a bunch of girlfriends, have the ability to go with Wade, and I felt like I could just take stuff with me and show people and do that kind of thing. I thought, why not? Let's try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. And Jenny, introduce yourself.
I'm Jenny. I live in Katy, Texas, and I've been a stylist for almost 3 years. Gosh, that's weird. I'm on Callie's team. I'm on Callie's first line, and then Blaine is on. I feel like we're the Brady Bunch. Look at
Where are you?
And so Callie. I signed up under Callie when I was super pregnant with my youngest because I felt really, when you're that huge pregnant, you don't feel cute anymore. And like everything you put on, you like hate everything. And I didn't want to buy new clothes because I knew I was only going to be pregnant for like another like 8 weeks. But I wanted to treat myself some way. So I hosted a show for her, and I got so much cute stuff for free for hosting. And then I told her, I said, listen, after this baby gets out, I might be doing this with you. I signed up when Jack was like 3 or 4 months old. I mean, he was pretty little, but and at that point I just needed like a reason to get out of my house. Like I would be like, oh, I haven't put on makeup in like 6 weeks. Like I need to
I need to do that.
Yeah, like, oh, but I had nowhere to go.
But you have a reason, yeah.
I was like, I don't have, why would I get dressed? Like, why would I like get dolled up for like to sit in this house with this newborn for, the whole day? So it's been a blessing. We loved it. Fun.
Yay. Well, obviously my name's Callie, and can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, good. And I just had my 5-year anniversary with Stella Dot, which just like Jenny said, is kind of crazy. When I signed up, I never thought that I would be doing this, full time, much less replacing my, teacher salary. And so, I'm a former teacher, but I now stay home. I have 4 kids. I have an 8-year-old twin, a 10-year-old, twin 8-year-olds, and a 7-year-old. And so they came fast and furious, and I was like losing my mind at home. And so Stella Dot was something fun for me. And it has been one of the biggest blessings and one of the best joys. I have met some of my very, very, very best friends through Stella Dot. And I'm a big believer in the fact that, what you put in and you invest in not only the business, but the people, you receive back tenfold with Stella. And so I'm so glad to be the leader of our team and lead you guys. But we have a fantastic team with tons of great leaders like Jenny and several other, Laura Parker, and several other stars and above that on our team that are, what's one thing that's really unique about the Stella Dot community is that we share information readily and openly, and it is not always the case in other companies. And so you can go on different people's pages, their team pages, and you can take their posts and you can steal their ideas and you can reuse them, and we don't get our feelings hurt because we want you to do that. And so that's one of the best things. So I love to just offer an opportunity for new stylists on our team to kind of connect with me, connect with their upline here through New Stylist Training. And we're going to kind of walk through a couple of things. We're going to kind of walk through talking about our why and why that's important. We're going to walk through booking in your first 30 and 60 days. And then we're going to talk about the bring along a friend bonus. So those are kind of the 3 things that we're going to highlight. And so I kind of, as I go through it, if you have questions, just jot them down. And at the end, we'll kind of go back through the questions. So I may answer some of your questions like as we're going. So I always love to say that every great success story starts with a vision. It's really hard to be successful at something when you don't have an idea of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And this was really something very difficult for me to do at the beginning with Stella Dot because I don't really think I knew what I was even capable of achieving. And so I really had to spend some time to sit back and like think about what I wanted to do with my Stella Dot business. And the truth was I did not know what my 5-year plan was with Stella Dot. Sorry, I just knocked the Kleenex block off the desk. But I didn't know. But what I did know is that I had a hope that, okay, in my first, like, what if I could look back 60 days from now or 30 days from now, like let's just take Christmas. If you could look between now and Christmas, and when you wake up Christmas morning, you could say, oh my goodness, I can't believe I get to blank with my life right now. I can't believe I get to whatever it is, fill in the blank, because of Stella Dot. So like, what would that blank be for you? Have you thought about it? Like, what is it that you would be so excited to get to do? Is that me? Is it not working?
You're like every once in a while, you're going to just freeze up, but you're good.
Is it working now?
You're good now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live with my in-laws. I should have gone to Jenny's house to do this. I should have done it. We live in the same neighborhood at the moment, but so the question is, what is, if you were to think 30 or 60 days from now, and you could say, I'm so glad that I get to blank, what would that be?
Pay our end of year taxes.
Hey, how's that for adulting?
Mm-hmm. I know it's really lame, but it really sucks.
But seriously, like, you're able to pay end of year taxes with Stella and Dot. Like, I'm so glad that I get to do that.
Yeah. I know.
I'm kind of like, when you said you were like, I didn't know what was possible for me to achieve. That's where I feel like I'm at right now. I'm like, I've looked through everything. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to get to X point, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable of getting there or not. So I don't know. It's hard for me to nail down something.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not about, like with Stella and Dot, like hitting a promotion or something, like what if it were just meaning like financially, or time-wise? Like, I'm so, like, for me, I'm going to look at Christmas morning and go, I'm so glad that I got to pay for all of our Christmas gifts, and we didn't have to take any money out of the budget, that I got to buy Chris. Maybe it's as simple as, like, I got to buy him a gift without his money. Like, I got to buy it with Stella and Dot money. I didn't have to ask permission to go do that. Or I get to go treat myself to a spa day. Or I get to, spoil yourself with a Christmas gift that you wanted, or your kids something that they had been wanting, or one of your parents or your best friend, or whatever it may be. But I want to challenge you this next week to really think about that, and maybe not even put a goal on it as far as like with Stella and Dot, but just think, like, write that down. And I know that if you've not been and you've not done anything like this before, then it's a little bit like, oh gosh, I don't even know. But if you could look back and think about, there was a reason why I signed up, because I loved the product, but what if I actually was able to achieve something? Like, what if I was actually able to do a debt-free Christmas? Or what if I was able to surprise my husband with a staycation and pay for it by myself, or whatever that may be? So I want to encourage you to kind of put some very real parameters in place for a short period of time, just through your jumpstart, which is your first 60 days. So take a look at that and say, okay, well, first of all, you should know when your jumpstart ends. It's on your My Jumpstart report. It has a tracker. It counts it down, so you should know how many days you have left. And just ask yourself, if I was given $1,000, what would I want to do with it? And what would I be so glad that I get to do in 60 days with that? So, and then share that, with your upline. Miranda, share it with me. And Blaine, share it with Jenny, because we'd love to know that. I think it's always so fun to cheer you guys on, even if you think it sounds so small, and even if you think it sounds so boring, like paying taxes, but that's a real thing. It's an adult thing that has to be done. And so, and I mean, and also think, like, what do you want for your family in the next 60 days that you don't have right now? It may be something really small, and it may be something very significant, but start to think about those things, because when you keep that in the forefront of your mind, it really makes some of the, less or the more mundane tasks with Stella and Dot all of a sudden a lot more achievable throughout the day, because you're like, okay, I know what my end game is, and so I can go from there. P.S. This is terrible in the background. I should have like a nice pretty background and be an example of a really fantastic leader that looks like I have my life together, but I don't. So there you go.
No.
Yeah. So think about that. Ask yourself, like, in 60 days, what do you want to say that I can't believe that I get to? And try to fill in that sentence in the next week. Okay. So now let's talk about how you're going to get there. So you have a goal, you're going to come up with a goal, you're going to think about that. How are you going to make that happen? So you're going to launch your business. Now, I know Miranda is going to have her launch this weekend. Blaine, how about you? Have you thought about your launch?
Kind of. I did. So I gathered like, I think I sent out like personal invites to like 50 people in my close Facebook group. About 35 of them joined my group, and I did a live unboxing video today. So that's like the first thing I've done. As far as the launch, I've got it's kind of a show. I'm going to one of my husband's cattle sales and have some ladies that wanted to see everything, and so we're gonna set up in the hotel room. And
I love a cattle sale trunk show. Like I
yeah, girl,
so much.
yeah.
Get
I
it.
feel like Danielle Redner would have like a field day with that.
Please take pictures.
Canadian.
Please take pictures.
Yes,
Our
I
vice
will.
president is Canadian, and she like thinks all things Texas are like fascinating.
Oh my gosh.
And so like I just feel like if we told her that there's a cattle sale trunk show,
If you set up your trays in front of cows and you took a picture, you have to get it to me, because I will send it to Danielle and I will attach pictures of you and I'll be like, look what's happening in the great state of Texas.
Yay, Texas.
Make it happen. Like, make it happen.
I could definitely do that.
Okay, so you have some ladies that want to shop at the cattle show. Okay.
Yep.
But as far as planning your first launch show or trunk show, have we gotten there? Have you started reaching out to book yet? Or yay?
I have started reaching out to book yet. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Most people want to just go straight to December. They just want to look straight at booking in December. And a lot of people, and it could be just because it's family and friends and they're, just trying to support me, not necessarily like excited about the product yet. But they're really all leaning towards online shows. And I know those are super hard to get people excited about or engaged.
Yeah.
And so I'm having a hard time with people saying like, yeah, let's do an in-home show.
How do they know about online shows?
They've done them with other products before. Just the sheer number of other kinds of rodent fields.
So I always, when somebody responds back with, yeah, it sounds fun, can I do it, an online show? I'd really rather do an online show. My kind of go-to response is like, I totally understand how that would be so much easier on paper, but let me be real honest with you. An online show is way more work for me, and it's at least double the amount of work for you. An in-home trunk show is 90 minutes, and it's come and go. We're not planning a wedding. It is throw some wine and cheese on the table, and that is it. And I promise you, you're going to get more rewards. Your friends are going to buy more. They're going to love the product more when they see it in person. And I always try to respond with that, because the truth is, online shows are a lot of work. They're a lot of work for you. The hostess has to be online. They have to be tagging people. You have to be tracking people down to get orders. And it's 7 days worth of posting versus one 90-minute show. Right. So I would tell them, in my experience, my goal is to get you the most amount of free product. And that always happens with an in-home trunk show. Tell me what your biggest fear is with doing an in-home trunk show. And if she responds with, well, I don't have a home to host it at, that's no big deal. I have a great Mexican food restaurant. Let's go there. It's right next to the cattle ranch, whatever. So you're going to do that. Or, or she's like, well, I don't have a lot of friends to invite. No worries. I'm going to help you come up with a list of 40. It's no big deal. I'll help you do that. So
like it really, a lot of times it's about like their insecurities. Like it really, people get like, well, my house is messy. Like once you start to unpack it, Callie and I have seen this a lot. It's very rarely that they just like don't like you or don't like the product. They just have like some stuff about having people over.
But what I want to say to you, Blaine, is don't be afraid to respond back to their hesitation and understand that, just like what Jenny said, it's typically just an insecurity that they have. They either feel like they don't have enough friends, their friends aren't going to come, their house isn't great enough, their friends are going to feel like they have to buy something. And so I would just be real honest with them about the effort and work that it is to have an online trunk show versus an in-home trunk show.
Okay.
And plus if it's family and friends, I would be like, okay, well, you're helping me launch my business, and my goal is to get out of friends and family, and I want to meet your friends, and they're going to love it so much more in person.
Yes.
And you want to get free cute stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I'm here.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Do it in your house. I mean,
and then the second is for you to do exactly what Miranda is doing over the weekend, which is actually hosting her own trunk show. And I actually talked about that today on the team page, and I gave lots of ideas about why it is so smart to host your own trunk show. What I love about it when you are beginning as a stylist is that you always want to go with the highest ask first, which is for them to host for you. So you always want to ask them to host. And if they say no, if they're like, oh, let's do online, and you're like, no, let's do in person. They're like, actually, I don't want to do it at all. And you're like, oh, come on, it's so fun. And they're like, no, I said no, I don't want to do a trunk show. Then, I mean, no means no. And you're like, okay, listen, I totally understand. No big deal. I'm actually hosting my own. It's November 18th. I've got 2 shopping times. Can I add you to the Evite? And then chances are, because they've told you no to being a hostess, that they will say, yes, I'd love an invitation, and say, I'd just love for you to swing by and see the product line. But when you already have that date set, when you're reaching out to book and they tell you no, then you just invite them to yours. Okay. So, I mean, I think Miranda's already up to like almost 20 RSVPs for.
That's literally my job the next couple of days is I want to go through and like personally
invite them. Yeah. I think you're up to like 16 or 18, something like that. So, right. Which is fantastic. So, so reaching out, asking for the biggest ask first, and then inviting them to your own launch show, because remember that 80% of your trunk shows that you're going to start having in the next couple of months are going to be from the people that you are, like the friends of friends that you are meeting at these shows. So, you know, your friend from the baseball team is going to host, and she's going to invite all the people that she knows. Well, chances are one of those people is going to be a hostess for you. That's how you get outside of friends and family. I think one of the biggest hesitations of this business is, I don't want to be the girl that's always hustling to my friends and family. Nobody gets into the business wanting to be crazy jewelry lady. We play crazy jewelry lady maybe once a year. Jenny will attest when we're going for a big goal, or it's the end of, we're trying to get to Hawaii or something. We will like text our friends and family and be like, I am crazy jewelry lady. You need to buy a getaway bag. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. But we like pull that rabbit out of a hat when.
About once a calendar year.
Right. Once a calendar year, because that's all you got. Other than that, I mean, we have built a business to where now we're booking with strangers, because we've gone to trunk shows. We've met their friends loved it. We followed up with them when they got their order. We checked in on them. How do you like it? Oh, we have a new spring collection. Let's do a trunk show, whatever. So that is the business. That's why an in-home trunk show is so fantastic. Not to say you can't do the same thing online, but it just doesn't yield the same number of sales. Now, I'm doing one online trunk show this month. So I don't love them, but sometimes it's a great, like $500.
And I've had $1,000 online trunk shows. Yeah. Let's not, I mean, they can be really great. And I find them to be really good fillers for lower months or I will do one with my cousin who lives in Ohio, who obviously we're not doing an in-home show there, but now I have 21 customers in Ohio that I would have never had, you know, so it's like there is, and that's how I have stylists on my team that have signed up because of an online show. I have a stylist who lives in New York State. I have a stylist who lives in California, people that I've never met in person, but we met in an online show. And now I have little teams in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So online shows really are great, but they're not going to be where you're going to make the most money.
Okay.
I would say that.
Okay. For sure. And same with the VIP group. I mean, I have a VIP group. Jenny has an active VIP group, and those people will shop seasonally. Holidays are going to be a time. They are going to shop there. I'll probably do a Black Friday or Cyber Monday thing in my VIP group, and that will be fantastic. But I always say, like, I mean, I didn't have a VIP group when I launched my Style and Dot business. I didn't have it. I just didn't start a VIP group at the same time. I didn't want to manage that while I was managing all of the in-person stuff. So so, but it is possible, and it is something that brings in additional income. So, go ahead. Did you have a question, Blaine?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
So, yep. Got it. Okay. So when you're thinking about who you're going to book with, the best thing to do is create a huge list. We like to call this our Who Do You Know list. And sometimes on our team page, you'll see it referred to as WDYK. You know. Is that right? WDYK? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you'll sometimes see, yes, WDYK. Uh-oh. Am I frozen?
Yeah.
No, am I frozen? I'm good now.
I think you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Jenny was making a face. I didn't know if that meant I was good or not. Sometimes my computer will say, your internet is unstable. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. Like, your brain is unstable. Thank you.
Yes,
I know this.
I'm aware.
Okay. So we like to call it your Who Do You Know list. So you're building that list as you're building, especially at the beginning of your business. And Miranda has done a great job of this. And I want to encourage you, Blaine, just to kind of think of this too. You want to think of your friends in different buckets and different groups. And what you want to try to not do is host 5 trunk shows all from one bucket. That means you're going to have 5 trunk shows all from the baseball moms. What you really want to do is have 1 trunk show from the baseball moms, 1 trunk show from your neighborhood friends, 1 trunk show from your bunco group, 1 trunk show for, you want to have at least 4 trunk shows, 4 or 5 trunk shows in 4 or 5 different social circles. Because thinking about that, if each of those trunk shows brings you 10 new customers, that is 40, 50, 60 people that you're meeting in completely different social circles, because the baseball moms are going to know totally different people than
your high school friend,
the bunco moms, high school friends. So here are some different friend groups that you can think of. Girlfriends near and far, old and new, neighbors, past and present. I always immediately go to my present neighbors and forget, oh yeah, I moved homes. Relatives and in-laws. When I say relatives, it might mean like cousins. It might mean, sister-in-law, that type of thing. Co-workers, but also your co-workers or co-workers of your spouse are also something to think of. My husband, as he's talked about Stella Dot through the years, I've actually booked trunk shows with some of his co-workers' wives. Other kind of acquaintances, like going through your cell phone contact, going through your Facebook friends, which you guys have probably already done. Think about the last party invitation that you got. One of my favorite things to do is go through my Christmas card list and the people that I sent Christmas cards to. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think, well, when I started my Stella Dot business, I actually had an entire group of people that I knew in Dallas. And I thought, I'll make a road trip to Dallas. It's only about 3.5 hours. If I can book 2 trunk shows while I'm in Dallas, I'll go there and do. So I reached out to about 35 people, and I think I booked like 4 trunk shows in a weekend. I did 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And I went up there and stayed the night with my brother, and it was fantastic because then I had some customers in Dallas. So when I was up there, I'm thinking, I'm up here in Dallas. I can't do this once a month. So my goal is to sponsor. I'm going to get a stylist up here, because if I'm driving up here to do trunk shows, that means somebody else is probably not doing a trunk show. So what I'm going to say at that trunk show is, hey girls, I love y'all, but I can't be coming up here in April or January when our new collection launches. So one of you in this group needs to be the Stella Dot stylist, okay? Because I came all the way up here from Austin or from, Franklin or wherever. And obviously there's a need, so someone needs to come do this, right? So, but take your Christmas card list and group it by zip codes and say, okay, where am I sending my Christmas card list to, and where can I go? Who did you receive Christmas cards from? And I think that's always something fun to do. I like to look through my calendar from last year. I'm a pen and paper girl. I literally keep my calendar. I showed you guys on our team call today. This was my October calendar. It's crazy, but I keep pen and paper, so I keep my old calendar. So I'll go back to who did I have lunch with last year in the month of November? Who was I hanging out with? Because my groups of friends change. And remember, you don't always have to book with your best friend. You can book with acquaintances. Who was the girl on Facebook who's always dressed up so cute, and her husband are always going to like cocktail hours? She's the fun girl. She's the party girl. I'm reaching out to her. So think about this. Think about your hairstylist, not Miranda, because she already is, but think about people that you do business with. So your realtor, your dentist, your OB-GYN. You guys have done some fantastic pop-up shops in a plastic surgeon's office, in a dentist office. Go in and do a pop-up during lunchtime. It's fantastic because that hostess, whoever the hostess is, receptionist, whoever it is that you talk to, she's going to get the hostess rewards, or you can divide the hostess rewards between everybody that shops. And also, there's no invitations to send out because everybody's already there because they're at work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, an attorney's office.
Preschool lady to see if I could have a pop up at our preschool.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, a preschool.
I asked her if I could invite like all of the moms in the whole school, and like, and I told her I would give a percentage back to the school. I would donate it, but then hopefully I could get in with some of their like other groups of moms.
Absolutely.
Our moms like to shop.
I just did a trunk show. With the PTA up at the junior high nearby, and I donated over I donated over $500 to the PTA.
Nice. That's awesome.
I know.
Wow.
So, another thing that I've been doing is, and I'm going to talk about this week on our team page. I'm going to be giving every day. This week, I'm going to be focusing on a different type of like group you can reach out to for booking, but I am going to talk about benefit trunk shows, and I've also been reaching out to local high school drill teams, talking about doing their holiday fundraiser, because 61 girls on the drill team, everybody gets a lookbook and 3 order forms. I will donate, listen, Kendra Scott only donates 10%. I'll donate 15% back to your drill team for you guys to use for competition season. One mom is going to host on a Sunday afternoon for 2 hours. If you guys want to come, bring your mom, shop. If not, then you can shop online. Here are your order forms. But Allison Carl, the leader of the Starlight team, went and did it at a local high school out here in Houston. And she had a $9,000 trunk show. $9,000 at Stratford High School. The moms came and bought, everyone decided they needed covet necklaces for their daughters for under the Christmas tree. But she showed up. She went during the drill team hour. They have their scheduled class period. She wore her Rebel leggings. She wore her Addy poncho. She wore her covet, and she carried the gym bag, the Crush It bag. And she said, guys, everything I'm wearing from head to toe is Stella and Dot minus the $10 Target tennis shoes. And you guys are going to want this whole look. It's super cute. And she said, also turn to page 16, turn to page 21. And they were all like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. And she's like, everything that you sell, 15% back is going to your drill team. You can come to Stephanie's house on, Sunday from 1 to 4. I'm going to be there with the whole collection. But if you can't, you can shop online. And here's the link. She had put stickers on every lookbook. I mean, it was genius. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, so she had 60 little high school girls going out with her lookbooks and gathering orders. It was fantastic. But I'm going to talk about that this week on our team page. But think about all those things. I think during the holiday season, it really opens you up to a lot of different ideas that you could do to really gain some customers. But I mean, I love giving back, and I'm always happy to give back. I'm very careful that I'm not giving back all my commission. And many times if I'm giving my commission back, I will put the trunk show under me, so that I can keep the hostess rewards, right? So, because then at least I can have, especially for you guys, you'll just get more. I mean, listen, it's like you can get, $300 in commission, or you can get $300 in product credit. Sometimes you're like, I'll give you the commission, but I'm going to keep the product credit, and then you save it to build up your collection, which is typically
what we need.
Fine with you anyways. Yeah, absolutely. So think about that too, and think about how you can genuinely and authentically reach out to people and just say, listen, I would be happy to partner with you. And but I'll be sharing this week like some words to say for that. But also think about reaching out to different groups of people. And I know Jenny has done this too. Like, don't think that you only can reach out to people in your age or your demographic. You can reach out to empty nesters. I have some fantastic trunk shows with ladies that are my mom's age that love to shop for their granddaughters, and they love to shop for their daughters. And they look to me like, tell me what to buy. I'll buy whatever you tell me to buy. And don't just look at stay-at-home moms. Look at the full-time corporate working moms. I'm telling you, corporate girls are where it's at. They come in, they know what they want, they buy, they shop, they're good to go. And they're typically really great shoppers as well. So not only different buckets, but look at different age demographics and different stages of life too. The stay-at-home mom, Jenny, I know, has done trunk shows where it's like, bring your baby and shop and play. Let's go meet at a park. I'll bring my stuff and put everything on a park bench. You guys shop while the kids play on the slides. So you can do for the stay-at-home moms, but also the working women as well. So think about not just different buckets, but different ages and demographics. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. So use all those ideas to help you build your who do you know list as you start to reach out. And I shared these words to say with Miranda when she first signed up, but I always love just kind of putting it out there like, hey, listen, because life wasn't crazy enough, I decided to add something really fun to my life, jump in as a Stylist. I am looking for a couple of girls that would let me be their guinea pig. I've got no idea what I'm doing, but I need some people that would be super sweet to me, and I know that you're my girl. So can I count on you? Fringe benefit is you're going to get a ton of free Style&Dot, and we're going to get to hang out for 90 minutes. What do you think? So I kind of throw it out there like, this is new. I'm jumping in, because most of the time these are people that you know. They know your personality. They know your tone of voice. And so some people are going to say no, and that's when you're like, no problem. How about you come to my launch show? So you still have something to offer them. And if they're out of town, just say, well, I'm actually hosting a launch show. I know you're out of town and you can't come. I'll send you the link and see if you can do, I'd love to help you with some Christmas shopping. Okay. So you are going to hear no's though, and that is part of it. And I actually have a document on our team page that I've created, and I think it's called Handling Objections. So if you go to our team page and you search for the Handling Objections, it's an Evernote. If you cannot find it, shoot me a message or tag me. I have it saved on Evernote, and I save it to my phone, and it's kind of my go-to response for when people tell me no, because they're going to tell me no for whatever reason. Some people tell me no, not right now, and I will bump them to my calendar and or ask me after the new year. As we get closer to Christmas, people are going to start saying that. Guess what? You want that. That's going to fill your pipeline, because we have a new collection coming out in January. So that's fantastic. So no big deal. So I don't count that as a no. I just count that as great. You're helping me fill my trunk show pipeline. So that's kind of how you build your who do you know, how you reach out to people. If you need help with handling objections, that is like a whole nother conversation that we can have. And then I want to touch real quickly, just a couple of minutes, and then I'll open it up for Q&A, about the Bring Along a Friend bonus. So this is something that is really fantastic with Style&Dot. It's something that is only available. I mean, you can bring along a friend at any point in your Style&Dot career. And you also never have to. So you can decide to grow a team, or you can decide to never, ever, ever grow a team, and coaching is not something you want to do. But I can tell you from experience that it's one of the smartest things you can do, because it layers on to whatever you're already doing. And chances are this time of year, you are already probably going to do the work and sell the amount of an associate stylist. And I posted the little video today that you could watch. It's like a 2-minute video that talks about the difference between associate, senior, and star stylist. But basically, in your jumpstart, which is your first 60 days, if you were to bring along a friend and she qualifies, which means she sells $500. $500 is always considered a qualified stylist with Style&Dot. She sells $500. You sell a minimum of $750. So you sell $750, she sells $500. That's $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12. That's $1,250. And then the other $800 to total up to $2,000, that comes from either one of you. Together, y'all sell $2,000. So together you sell $2,000, you and another person, which I'll be honest with you, like Miranda's probably going to sell well over $1,000 at her launch show, just because the sheer number of people that are coming. And she also has like a huge trunk show calendar, in the works. So you do that, and in your jumpstart as a new stylist, not only would you get $100 cash bonus, you're going to earn commission on the girl that you just signed up, but you also are going to get $800 in free Stylist as just like a bring along a friend bonus. So it is a fantastic way to beef up that display that you really, really want and that you see everybody else have. And you can use that product credit on clothing. You can use it on bags. You could buy yourself a diamond necklace if you want to. It is your choice. I always recommend to check the retired list and not ever sample what's going to be retired. And it can be found in the lounge. But I love to point that out because sometimes sponsoring feels like really weird when you're in your new, like you're so new and you're like, I don't even know what I would say to somebody. Exactly. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it, because that's where like Jenny and I come in, because we say, if Miranda, you were to sponsor someone, or Blaine, if you were to sponsor someone, we would say, well, guess what? You're coming to this call tonight. Just bring your new girl, and I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to her. And also we're going to have a text thread.
Callie.
Right? So we're all going to be coaching together. Yes, Jenny.
I was going to tell y'all, when I joined, I sponsored 3 people in my jumpstart. And I was so brand new that I knew nothing. And so I was like, Callie, I have these people. And she just coached all of us. So like I had this weird benefit of that. Callie was doing all the coaching for my girl because I didn't know what to say. Like I was like, I don't know, girl, we're in this together.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was like, so she just like helped all of us out at the same time. So don't be scared about you being new, because that's what we're here for. So that's
Well, I also think it's a really easy conversation to say too, like, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing either, which is just proof that anybody can do this. It's really fun. You love everything anyways. Just come do this and we'll just like learn together. Because one of my favorite sayings is there's actually no such thing as a jewelry emergency. Like we can fix everything. Like we're not doing heart surgery here. No one's life is on the line. Like it's going to be okay. It's just super fun. And it's a really great opportunity. So keep that in mind. I think it's always great in your jumpstart to, in the back of your mind, just be thinking as you're having these conversations, you're going to hear people say things like, what made you decide to do that? And, how much free jewelry do you get? Oh my gosh, I bet you love it. Those are the cutest earrings. You look like you're having so much fun. And you're like, I am. You should do this with me. And trying to make it just part of your conversation, because not only is it financially smart, but it really is so much fun. It just adds another layer of fun to the business. So, and if you do it in your jumpstart, I mean, $800 in free product is pretty sweet. And you guys both pretty much joined for the product. So there you go. Okay, so I did a lot of talking. Jenny, do you have any comments? And then ladies, do y'all have any questions?
I have a comment. Can you, because I just saw this on the buzz, can you talk to them briefly about what starts tomorrow, which is...
Ooh, tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow starts $. And $. is our twice-a-year promotion that we have. And how it works is there is a earning period and there is a redemption period. Tomorrow starts the earning period, and it's going to run for a couple of weeks, which means every time somebody shops with you, it doesn't matter if they shop online or in a trunk show, and every $50 they spend, they're going to get $25 back in rewards. It's kind of like Gym Bucks or Old Navy Cash, Kohl's Cash, that type of thing. When they redeem it, so they will earn it basically right up until shipping, right? I mean, Christmas into shipping, right, Jenny?
Yep.
Normally like December something.
Like mid, right? I want to call it like the 16th or something around that. Maybe.
Which is probably going to be the cutoff for shipping, for holiday shipping. So like between now, so basically everyone's going to be shopping with you guys through your jumpstart, okay? They're going to be earning $. So what happens with those $? is it's just going to be a unique code that's going to be tied to their email address that they're going to get. Stellan is going to email them their code. So there's like a 4-week earning period, and then we'll take 2 weeks off for like Christmas and right before New Year's-ish or somewhere around there, we'll start the redemption period. During the redemption period, what happens is for every $50 they spend, they get to redeem a $25 code. So it's 50% off shopping on the redemption portion of it. So why that's fantastic is that everybody at your upcoming shows, you guys, you should make a huge wish list for them. Because so even if they buy $19 sparkle studs, you're going to be like, well, girl, well, actually, they're not going to earn any dollars on sparkle.
$25,
but,
yeah.
That'd be 50.
But what you want to do is you want to get everybody to spend $50 each, because when they earn $50, and when they spend $50, they're going to get $25 back in rewards, and you're going to say, hey, why don't we go ahead and start your wish list for the $. Redemption? Tell me what you want to get. You add those to your wish list, and that way when you reach out to them, you're like, hey, you got $100 on your wish list. Apply your $. You have, and they normally have about a week to use to redeem their $. And it's a really fantastic because it's typically it's after Christmas. So it's kind of a dip in our sales. So it really helps us follow up with customers. And many times they will shop for other people before Christmas, and they will leave their wish list for themselves, and they'll use their redemption for themselves. So that starts tomorrow, and we'll be talking about it a ton on our team page.
But it's great for sales, and it's great for getting 2 sales where you're going to get one now and one later. And not everybody will use their $. I mean, you'll get a whole list, and I'll cross people off as they use them, and not everyone will use them, and that's okay. But even if you get half the people to use them, that's all. Y'all are really lucky because you're having $. In your jumpstart, and that's really a really great time.
Fantastic.
To do that.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, do y'all have any questions?
Where do I guess you just can order stickers yourself for like all your books and stuff to pass out? Or do we order from somewhere on with Stella? Or just go online and
they just announced.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that. Hold on, I'll find
What?
that. Kelly. I know what you're about to say, and I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was in the leader email today.
Can y'all see my desktop?
yes.
Okay. So let me go sign into the lounge real quick. And I'll show you where to find that, Miranda, in the lounge. If my computer is going to be. They just announced in the leader email that they're doing something. They're switching the vendor that we use for that.
Like all our like business products, like stationery, envelopes, like which all of that's optional. You can buy that or not.
Yeah.
Buy. They're switching to.
I mean, you can print them on your own. You can go get the Avery, whatever they are. And the Stellan logo is, Miranda, I'm coming to your trunk show on Friday. I will bring you some for your lookbooks.
Okay.
But let me show you. We used to be able to order those blank ones, Jenny, and print our own, but I don't know if we can anymore. So when you click on, sorry, this was under, I went under news, training, and then I went under, oops, it's unstable. Marketing and social is what I went to. Can y'all see me now? And when you go to logos and business supplies,
Training.
if you ever need the Stellan logo, I used it today because I'm getting something printed. Can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Or am I frozen?
We hear you.
No, you're good.
Okay, all the logos are down here. If you ever needed like Stellan logos, these are like the clear ones that you can print on top of something. There you go. There they are.
Oh, and then you can just, okay.
But when it says down here is under mailing labels, these are the ones that I use. And it's an editable PDF. And it says how to print labels coming soon. I don't know what that means. But if you click on it, you can edit it and you can print those. And they're like the Avery, I don't know. I have some of them. I actually ordered them from line. But see right, or it says print shop right here. This is where you can actually order
there they are. Okay.
labels.
Yeah, okay.
They're Avery sticker labels.
So that's those. You can order them there. Every now and then on the Starlights page, someone will do like Jenny, didn't you order like a huge
Yeah, like
rollover
sometimes they'll do like a campaign
no?
where it's like another outside company that will do like these big stickers, and the more people that order them, the cheaper they are. You know, it's one of these like the more people that pile on, and you'll get like a roll of like 1,000, and you know these cute little stickers. But
so these right here are
campaign. I'll tell you.
These are $250 for $12, 250 labels.
Perfect. Okay.
So that's how you find that. It's under the lounge and you go to marketing and social, and then click on, scroll all the way down to the print shop. There's different order. If you want to print your own order forms, you can. Digital tools like, you know, Mimi, Dottie, the pay portal, all that kind of stuff. This is where all this is. Opportunity brochure, hostess brochures, Facebook cover photos, e-gift cards, apparel hang tags.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so all that's right there.
Okay. And
then all the Q&A, I would think for Dottie is going to be not for Dottie, for Dot Dollars is going to be on the main page of the lounge, which will probably be right here. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to show you guys. Every month on the main homepage of the lounge, if you scroll down, this is one of my favorite things, the monthly success plan and words to say. I don't know why they don't talk about this more, but our regional sales directors write it and do it every single month. There will always be some kind of tracker for you to print out to track for bookings. And where's the month? Where'd it go? Did it go away?
You were. I saw it, and then it went away.
Okay, come here. Monthly success plan. Monthly success plan. There it went. Okay, so you can download it if you want to, but it's going to walk you through everything that's happening this month. The biggest selling season of the year, meet 20 new customers, sign half of those up for. But what I think is great about it is that here's your goals. Here's a goal setting sheet. Oh my gosh, this is going to why is this not? And then look, here's a little tracker that they have for you, which is basically you're reaching out to 3 people a day, every single day. Reach out to 2+ people for 10 days, a day for 10 week, 2 people a day, which is equal 10 a week.
Failing it.
Then on average, you'll book 1. My math is definitely my strong suit. And then I love this, you guys. I'm going to post this to our team page, because our new director of sales talked about this whole strategy, which is where you go, who you see, and what do you do. And she really talked about tracking your activity of where all the places you're going, who you see, and identify the women that you meet with, and what do you know about that person, and how can you tailor your message to them. And it's actually a really smart way to reach out. And then they give you words to say, which I love.
I love that too.
And they're always appropriate to whatever season it is that we are in. So this is in the monthly success plans. And look, this is checkout chat. They're going to tell you what to say when you're checking people out. This is your group hello. It's walking you through your group hello for the month. And they change this every month. So I really, really love this tool. I think it's fantastic. And I don't know why they don't talk about it more.
I have one more.
But this is under home monthly success plan. What, Jenny?
I was going to ask too. I was going to
do what?
Can you tell them briefly about Jody Brocker's method, about what she features at a trunk show and why? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when she's at a trunk show.
I can.
Because I think that is really brilliant, and I wish I had known that 2 years ago.
Okay, so I did a series called the Master Class Series, and I talked with a lady named Jody Brocker, whom I absolutely love. She lives up in Pennsylvania, She was top 10 in sales for the whole company. I think she sold like, I don't know, $15,000 last month or something ridiculous. She'll probably sell over 20 this month. She lives in a tiny town called Somerset, Pennsylvania. It's just the tiniest little town, and she's like in her 50s.
She works in a farmer's market. Like she works at she owns a produce store.
Right. Like crazy, right? And they're about to be covered in snow. But what she says is when she goes to a trunk show and she does a group hello, which is kind of when you welcome everybody, you tell them how to shop, how they're going to, you'll read about the group hello. And she said she always likes to point out some of her favorite things. Hey, when you shop my table tonight, I want to point out a couple of things. Well, you would think that what you want to do is because you want, you don't want people to think that they have to spend a ton of money. So sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to show an expensive item, and then I'm going to show, like $129 necklace, and then I'll show like the $39 bracelet that everybody needs to buy. Well, guess what everybody's going to go buy? The $39 bracelet. So Jody was like, listen, when people walk in, the girl that wants to find the $19 sparkle studs, don't you worry. She's going to find those sparkle studs on that table because that's what she's coming in to find. So she's like, I'm going to show people my favorite things, and it's always going to be $100 and plus items. I'm always going to demo the most expensive items because, and I know, and I'm going to say in my group hello, you might be looking at this bag and drooling over it, and you may not be able to buy it, and that is completely fine. I'm going to talk to you about how you're going to get it for free. And we're going to book a trunk show, and you're going to get this bag for free. So she was like, I always show the most beautiful things, not because I'm going to ever pressure anyone to buy them, but I'm going to pay attention as I'm talking to who is going, oh my gosh, that bag's amazing. And at checkout chat, when I have just one-on-one time with her, I'm going to say, listen, I saw you love that bag. I know you're not buying it tonight. I get it. It's $138. But guess what my typical hostess gets? $300 in free product. Let's book a trunk show and get that for you for free. And she is real funny. She uses humor a lot. So she said, sometimes I'll actually like put my hand on their shoulder and be like, no one actually ever died from hosting a trunk show. And she said they just kind of look at her and they kind of laugh.
I love Jody so much.
Yeah, but you could totally, when you meet her, like you're like, I totally could see her saying that. But she's like, I do not spend time booking trunk shows because I book trunk shows at shows. And she's like, I always show the most expensive items. And she was like, and I always watch and pay attention to who is loving everything, and I'm going to book a trunk show with that girl.
And she's so right, because some people walk in and they know I'm not spending more than $50 tonight. Like they come in and they know that. You don't need to show them the $19 sparkle studs. They will find them. That's there, And I mean, you might say we have items under $50. I mean, like don't ignore them. But I do think I love that method of her showcasing kind of what I would call, or what they call the trunk show bookers, like the things that people maybe would love, but they're not going to necessarily, or they might buy it themselves, who knows, but they also might want to get it for free.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Smart.
Okay, so I just did my first little show with my girlfriend on Saturday.
Yes. You sold like $600, right? Almost $600.
I did.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It was great. It was awesome. Okay, so for her hostess rewards, how do I do that?
They're there in her account already. So
Okay.
after our trunk show, I go into Dottie, and I can show you really quick. So let me go to a trunk show. So on Dottie, can you guys see my phone?
Yep.
At the bottom of the screen, I click on the little calendar that says trunk shows, and I will find her trunk show. So I'll just find one of the most recent trunk shows, and you have this screen. Oh gosh, this is like the worst. So you have this screen right here that says like trunk show summary or whatever. Or it's just like about, it has like the date and the trunk show, whatever. Click on summary.
Okay.
And it's going to tell you the trunk show retail value, and it's going to show you the hostess rewards. I always like screenshot it, and then I'll take like the little edit feature and I will circle her rewards.
Okay.
And I will send her a text message, and I will say something to the effect of, oh my goodness, congrats. These are your rewards. You have $125 and 2 half-off items. Here's the deal. Your rewards are good for 3 months. You can place the order as soon as you want. Just log in to your account using the email address that we booked the show under. If you do not have a password, use that email address and click to log in and click forgot password. They will email you a password, use that to log in, add items to your cart. When you get to checkout, you will get to apply all of your credits.
Okay.
Like, you know, and I do tell her if she's gonna, like, if she's ever close to the earning potential out of a trunk show, like if she's close to 1,000, like if she's at $700, I would send her the earning chart and look at the difference. I mean, they get a massive increase when they hit $1,000 at a trunk show. So I would be like, listen, you are $250 away from earning another half off item and another $80 in free product. Do you think you have anyone else that might want to order? I'd be happy to reach out to them. And so ask her for a couple of names of people that maybe didn't come and help her get to that next tier of earning. And what you can do is you can reach out to them. Hey, Melissa, I'm so sorry that you missed Sarah's trunk show. She mentioned that you might like to order. She mentioned that you love the getaway bag. Here are a couple of pictures. I've thrown it in a cart for you. You can do the share a cart option, which I can show you how to do. But you can share it in a cart. But help her go gather a couple more orders if she is at a certain threshold.
Okay.
And so what I might do is circle that and send it to her and just say, you've got $120 in order in free rewards. But if you get 3 more orders, which equal about, you know, $250, then you're going to get XYZ. So do you know anyone that might want to order? I'd be happy to reach out to them for you. And I always offer to do that for or sometimes they'll say, no, it's a problem. Send me the link and I'll reach out to some people. Or she'll say, oh yeah, I have a couple of friends. Let me give you their names.
Yeah, she actually already said, because I asked her if I could reach out to some of the people who couldn't come, and she was like, she's probably not going to order anything. And I was like, well, we could at least just throw it out to her. And she was like, okay, whatever. So I may just do that, just send out there's 2 girls that didn't come that were invited. It was a really small, like 1, 2, I mean, how many orders did I get? That was about how many people were there. There was 1 girl that didn't buy anything and 2 girls that didn't come that were invited. Yeah. But
so you could reach out to them or ask her, you know, if her mother-in-law or mom wants to do Christmas shopping as well, whatever. But once I know that their orders are kind of completed, then I will reach out to her and just say, hey, you know, and now their rewards are active immediately. So they can spend their rewards that night or they can wait 3 months. They also don't have to spend it all at the same time. So they can use all of their rewards and save their half-offs for when the new collection comes out in January, or they can spend it all right now. It's totally up to them.
Okay. And if they order anything, like if they want to order a bunch of stuff on top of that, does that count towards the rewards or no?
They need to use a different email address. So the hostess, it doesn't count if it comes from her email address. So I always tell her, if you want to contribute to your own show, use your husband's or your work email or whatever. But it just won't register it. The other thing is for trunk show, I don't think I've told you this, Blaine, for a trunk show to qualify for rewards, she has to have a minimum of $300 in sales total from everybody, you know, collectively. But that has to come from 4 different email addresses. So 4 different orders. So it can't be one girl buys 250 and another girl buys 250, and you're going, well, why is she not getting a
$500 deal?
There needs to be 2 more. So and so what we've done before, I've done something where I had like $600 in orders, but only 3 people. So I was like, let's just buy somebody some sparkle studs from a different, because it doesn't matter how much that last order is. It just needs the 4th address. So don't feel like, oh, we have to go find somebody else to spend $100. You just need 4 orders, and you need it collectively to be 300. If that makes sense.
Good questions. I forgot about that, Jenny. Good point. Hey, y'all say cheese. Okay, what? Go, Blake.
Okay, so this might be kind of silly or self-explanatory, but so I just did like the basic. Is it the $1,000 kit? What did I get, Jenny?
You did the $1,000 where they sent her the kit, the ready.
That's what I did.
Okay. So how? And so, Miranda, this could totally be a question for you. How are you displaying everything?
So,
Buy extra, or what did you do?
I did. I spent a little bit of money. I just went back and bought, I really wanted another bag, and I wanted the Addie poncho and the Always tank and a couple of other things of jewelry. So I just went and got a few things and kind of stocked it up to, but that's actually, you know what? That is what in 60 days, I can't believe I get to pay back everything that I put into it and
yes. That should probably be my goal too, because I did the same thing. I bought, because I want, like, the apparel is like a huge thing to me. I love the jewelry, but I was surprised at how much I like the apparel. Yeah. And so I did the same thing, and I should probably want to pay that back too.
What did you use for trays?
I did use, so I just used one of the bags as my carry everything to the party, but I also went on and bought 5 trays, a ring stand, a little jewelry stand, and a little thing that you put the bag on. And so that was so this was my display for my party that I did. So really, I only bought all that stuff too because I knew I was going to I already had this girls' weekend planned for last weekend with 2 of my high school girlfriends that are like my besties, and we just wanted to get our kids together. So I was like, the guys were away hunting. I was like, we're going to have this weekend with girls anyway. Let's just, Lindley, we're doing it at your house. Why don't you just have let me, do my first little party. And so that's how that kind of all came about. And it was really cute. Her house is super cute. And she already had up like fall decorations and stuff. So this, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yeah, it's so cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
Miranda, you need to text me that. I want to post it on the team page.
Okay.
And then also keep in mind, like, if you don't want to buy all those trays and stuff yet, I have seen people use like chargers, like like cute plants. Like, like little decorative. Like, I saw someone have like this cute floral, like kind of like that Pioneer Woman style, like those cute floral plates, and like put stuff on there.
Cute.
And people get like cork. You get them like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. It's like a
corkboard.
Corkboard, like framed and corkboard in the middle. Yeah,
and like just to like lay it on that. Like, I've seen or like a vase. Like, they've seen people put like a necklace around like a vase. So like,
you know what's real cute? The little chalkboard pieces. You can get one of the chalkboard markers, and you can write words like "I'm versatile" or "Wear me 5 ways" or something like, and lay the same like corkboard things, but they're flat chalkboard.
And I've seen people, because like, I know there was one girl on my team about a year ago that she signed up, and she had decided that she wasn't going to buy any display pieces until she had earned back her initial investment. And so her first several shows, she just got creative with like I said, like plates and chargers, or she did like a cake, a 2-tiered cake stand, like a, what do you call it? Like a little buffet where you would put like cupcakes or treats on it, put bracelets on that and everything. And so, and then eventually she earned back her investment, and then she went and bought all that stuff. So don't feel like you have to like go throw more money at it right now. You can get really creative. I haven't put shows on it yet. There's a page called Stella and Dot Favorite Images, where you can get a lot of like girls sharing pictures of things. Or if you're like, I'm looking for a picture of the inside of the camo day tripper, can someone show me a picture of it? And people sometimes there will post like their displays, and you can get some really cute ideas from that. I'm going to add you to that right now.
Okay.
Are you on that page, Miranda? Because I can add you too if you want to.
Yeah, add me, please.
Well, first I'm going
to. Miranda, that's a really cute picture.
Isn't that cute?
Okay.
And I want her house.
I do too. It's adorable.
That's real cute. Okay. Those are great questions, you guys. Anything else? Okay, so here's your job. Come up with your, I can't believe I get to.
Okay.
Make sure you booked your launch show, and then build your huge who do you know list. As you start to get some, some no's, reach out to us, ask us about that. There's no dumb questions. You guys can ask us anything, and we're here to help you. It's your business, your way, but we want you guys to earn the most that you can in your jumpstart. And this is really the best time. I joined in October, and I had an awesome jumpstart because of that. So anyways, okay, you're going to have more questions, so just jot them down. Yes, Miranda.
One more thing. One of the questions that I did get asked at this party that I didn't really know the answer to was like, what is the jewelry like made out of? She was like, I have really sensitive skin. I'm just worried that if I wear this necklace, it's going to turn my neck green, or I'm not going to be able to wear it because I have a hard time with, and I was like, well, we have the Covet line for that. You can get this 14 gold, 14 karat.
All of our stuff is nickel and lead free. So you can always know that. All of our earring posts are surgical steel. And if you want specifics on what a specific item is made with, like what
metal or
certain necklace
metal it is, under the product detail, which is on the main page of the lounge, if you go to product launch, anyways, it's on the main page of the lounge. I'm looking at it right now. It's under, hold on. It's under the quick links on the right-hand side, and it says product and sampling. So under quick links, right next to where all the activity is, it says product and sampling. If you click on that, you can go to the most recent collection, and it will give you, it's a like 40-page PDF, and it'll give you every single item. But let me just tell you what I would tell somebody that is like, okay, so almost all of our delicates are sterling silver. The gold is a gold plated. I mean, I always tell people, like, if this necklace was full of diamonds, I would have like bodyguards here. Okay, so it is, most of it is costume jewelry, and I always tell people, make it the last thing on and the first thing off. But also know that we have a 180-day delight guarantee that we'll replace, refund, return, exchange something. But I also tell my customers that really within a year of you purchasing it, if something breaks, tarnishes, or tears, we will make it right for you guys. And they really will. You will have to call. You won't be able to do the return online. But if it's in a year of a purchase, Stella and Dot will replace it.
They've replaced, I had a girl that got a Covet leather bag. So it's like one of our more expensive leather bags. And she'd had it for like 6 months. So it was outside the length of the return. And she texted me a picture that like the zipper was like coming apart, which I'd never seen that happen. And I called and told them, and like as I was on the phone with them, sent her an entirely brand new one right then and there. Like they were like,
wow. Oh wow, that's
so
awesome.
Like their customers, and she's now like a lifelong customer because
they made it right.
I know what's outside of the time. I don't know what happened. The zipper, and I was like, that should not happen. And I've never heard of it happening. And like, they didn't even say, send us the old one. I mean, they just sent her a new bag. So
wow,
they're really, really great about that. So don't, like, you can have the utmost confidence in like the team behind you, because their customer service, and they want us to be successful. Like they want your customers to be happy with you.
Yeah.
So they've been really, really, really accommodating. That's one of my favorite parts about this company, honestly.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
That's all of my questions.
Yay! Okay, y'all. Well, thanks for hopping on. I know we're a little bit over our time, but I recorded this, and we'll share it with the rest of the team. And thank y'all for hopping on. Miranda, I'll see you soon. And I want the picture, Blaine, of the cows and the jewelry.
Yes.
I can do that.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.